What is going on, everyone? It's Dictator Shadow here, and welcome back to another episode of multiplayer Minecraft Survival here on the Bagel SMP, even though I'm alone on the server right now. I've spent a bit of time, and since the last episode, kind of polishing and making the city look a little bit better. I've started work on the roads, making them look like actual roads instead of just netherrack on top of grass. So it looks a little bit better, and also, I have built another building, and I will show you that real quick. Let's jump into a very fast time lapse of me building this building. Now, this set of three buildings kind of merged together is designed by the YouTuber 80Craft. I had to modify the design a bit to fit in between all of my roads, but I really love how it looks. All the bright colors, the kind of Japanese style text that is being used on the billboards. It just all came together really nicely, and I think it's a great addition to the base, so shout out to 80Craft for creating this design. So, in today's episode, I am working on another portal, and if you want to see what it looks like, you're going to have to watch until the very end of the video to find out. Now, this building is going to be a very large structure. It is actually exactly 48 blocks tall, which I think will be taller than all of the other buildings I've made so far, and I'm going to need a lot of concrete for this project. So I have 4 shulker boxes and my shovel, and I am going to go obliterate a desert. Because despite all of the technical farms and different things that we have on this server, we don't have a reliable way to get sand. And speaking of sand, Snoopin has made some major upgrades to his base. Now, if you remember from, I think, 2 episodes ago, I showed you that Snoopin has made his base. It's this really cool sandstone pyramid. And he has actually decided to move out of this base already because he thought it was too small and not fancy enough. So behind his old base is the brand new base, and it is absolutely gigantic. I am definitely sure this qualifies as a mega base. It is so huge. It is very intricately detailed. And oh my gosh, I don't even know how much time he spent gathering wood and stone for this project. But it is a really cool base, and he hasn't even moved in yet. But it is finished, and wow, it is just, oh my gosh, it's so big. He definitely has the most completed base on the server by now. It's crazy. Look, that was too small, so he made, what the heck. His old base could fit in the walls of his new base. It's absolutely crazy. And me and Snoopin are not the only ones on the server building mega bases. Our server owner, Dig, is also making one, but he has asked that I don't show it off yet, so I'm going to show it off. This is his base so far. It's a big half circle, and I don't know all the details of what he's doing yet, but I think he's going to have a big tower in the middle. And it looks pretty good so far, and that is a skeleton death trap. I'm staying away from there. So yeah, that's a teaser of what Dig's base is going to look like. I think it looks pretty good. Actually, while we're over by spawn, which is where Dig's new base is going to be, just past the mountain range, we have new shops that have popped up. We have a beacon shop, shulkers, because Dig actually made a shulker farm, and it's really cool, and the prices are really good. We also have a fireworks store and the bakery, and an elytra shop all the way back there. So, you know, the shopping district is growing a little slowly, but it is growing. Okay, enough catching up with the world. I have to obliterate this desert and get a whole lot of sand, so let's do a really quick time lapse. One sand mining session later, and I almost broke my netherite shovel digging up all of this. So let's head into the nether, to the pig bartering farm, where I get all my gravel from. And actually, this desert well here, secretly, guys, this is a nether portal. Let's go through it. Okay, and here we are. We're in the nether. Crazy how magic can work like that sometimes. Anyways, I was not able to show you guys a bunch of this last episode because, well, I was sick and I just did montages. So here is the piglin bartering farm, powered by our big gold farm in the background. And it's fully packed. And let's just turn it on. It is a little bit loud. So it dispenses all of the items. And then it takes a second for the piglins to do their trades. They drop it. And then pistons push it out onto the ice, and they get collectively picked up by all the hoppers, and it's a pretty cool system, actually. Yeah, it's so much fun to watch the items go down. Anyways, down here, I actually just made these shulker boxes specifically for gravel, because you just need, oh, so many for concrete. So let's load these up and head back to the base. Back home at last, and the chest monster is actually doing okay. It's the shulker monster that's getting out of hand. I have so many of these just kind of spread out in this cramped little space, and they're just, you know, they're stuck to the ceiling. It's ridiculous. I need to make a storage system pretty soon. But we have all our gravel, we have all our sand. I've been getting the white dye from the bone meal farm, which is right over there. And I've been getting the black dye from squid farms that we have on the server, and then I just combine them to make gray, and that's why I have all my gray concrete that I like to use. Okay, so I have pretty much most of the items that I need already for this, and I'll gather more as we go. So the first thing is I have to greatly expand this nether portal to be the maximum 23 blocks tall, so let me do that real fast. Nether portal has been expanded to its maximum height, and I actually have the portal frame perfectly lined up with the street, which is very satisfying in my opinion. And you may be noticing that it is currently floating, so I have to build the actual base of the building. Every building has a bottom to it, and ours is going to be made out of calcite and diorite. Now, I know I said I was going to use diorite, but I lied. I ended up using quartz instead. I think it looks better, because this building is going to be pretty dark, so having a nice kind of white base I think will add good contrast to the building, and I have some of it done already. It's going to be kind of like an angle upwards, another angle, and then upwards some more. So it's a pretty interesting shape. Now for this portal design, it is going to be a lot of concrete, and I have built a little contraption here that will turn the concrete powder into concrete, and it's actually not done yet. I'll show you it in a second. But I built it inside this unfinished building, and I think it would be a really cool idea to have most, if not all of the buildings include some sort of redstone gadget or utility. Like, I'm thinking about making this one a big shop where the other members of the server can come and buy things, and that one will be where I build redstone stuff. Maybe I'll have like a concrete maker, maybe I'll have like, I don't know, an item swapper or something, who knows. I like the idea of putting fun little gadgets and whoa. A lot of lightning rods over here at the shop, the ramen shop. I like the idea of putting little redstone gadgets inside all of the buildings. Okay, the concrete maker is finished and it does work, but it is pretty loud and honestly not that cool to look at. But I have them all, and let's get started with a time lapse working on our big cool nether prod. Ooh. But anyways, I have all of the concrete now, and oh, that is bad lag. Ah, 800 ping. Ah, that's painful. Okay, let me rebuild some of this road, and then we will get started building the actual building for a nether portal. Okay, that was a decently long project, that nether portal, and I threw on shaders because it's raining outside, and you know, the cyberpunk style looks so good in these. Ooh, there it is. That is a cool looking nether portal. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I love the kind of angular design it has, all the lights. I think it really complements kind of, the entrance to the city that we are building. Also, I built a kind of simple warehouse looking something building over there underneath the nether tree farm, just so that it covers up all the kind of ugly exposed redstone and hoppers. It's nothing too crazy. I tried to make it simple so it doesn't take away the design of the really cool looking bone meal farm. And inside is just the exposed wiring of the farm. But man, going out, this place is really starting to come together. I love the beacon beams in the rain with this shader. I'm using BSL shaders, by the way. And with the nether portal, I think that wall looks a little bit flat. So I'm thinking of, what is cyberpunk? Ads. You got these big, bright LED ads on the side of skyscrapers in this kind of build style. So I'm going to put something there. I want to try and get someone on the server to sponsor. So I put an actual literal in-game ad on there. I think that would look kind of interesting, but I think it's good. It's not the centerpiece. It's just the nether portal. It is the entrance, so you're not going to see it first thing when you come to my base. The main thing I want to focus on still is the impressive skyline. Now, the next project we will be focusing on in this episode is going to be the door of this building. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in this building yet, but I think I'm going to make it a shop because it's real big and hollow inside, and I'm really not impressed with the door that I have on it right now. So if you are subscribed to my channel, you may remember I designed a door for this. It's really cool and unique. It has the sea lanterns replaced with redstone, and the trapdoors actually move, and these trapdoors turn into the floor, and it looks really cool. So let's gather the building materials needed so that I can make that. Alrighty, I've got all the materials here. Let's gather it all up. Let's avoid the spider that is crawling up there. And let's get this door built. Okay, here's the door design all done. It is a very unique door. I had to design it specifically for this building, and I think I actually incorporated it pretty well. Originally, it runs off a button, but I decided to switch it to a lever because I thought it looks cool. And I really like the kind of piping that I tried to incorporate here, so it looks like it's actually making contact and sending electricity into the doorway. And yeah, it's not the fastest and it's not the fanciest, but it works and it's decently compact. Moving 2 layers of wall for a door is surprisingly difficult, especially when you want the trap doors to open and close. And I'm really happy with what I've come up with here. Now that is actually all the time I have left for this episode, unfortunately. I wish I could do more. I love working on this base, but I have to call it here. So yeah, we got a lot done. We got the nether portal, we got the streets, we got that little warehouse building that I will probably redo because I don't like the design of it. And then we got the new door done, and we also built this entire building. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any ideas for my base, leave me a comment down below. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe if you haven't. It really helps me out. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.